the 7 best-selling books in history. Usually when we decide that we want to start reading a book, we sometimes ask for suggestions from friends. But how can we be sure that they are suggesting a good book for us? How can we avoid wasting time on reading titles and summaries of numerous books? That's why our channel, as always, will suggest 7 of the best-selling books and good reads for you to choose from. Number 7. And Then There Were None. This novel is one of British authors Agatha Christie's best work. It was first published in 1939 and is considered one of the best crime novels in history. The story is about a series of crimes going in a remote island, and it takes over the 7th place in the most sold books around the world of 100 million copies. Also, Christie recorded a Guinness World Record with more than 1 billion copies sold in total. Number 6. Dream of the Red Chamber. This novel is one of China's best classical literary novels. It was published on 1791 by author Chao Zwing and is inspired from economical experience between the poor and the rich. Even though it's not specified on how many copies have been sold, some experts say that it has sold more than 100 million copies around the world to put it on the 6th place in the most sold books in history. Number 5. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This novel has earned the 5th spot on the most sold books in history. It's the first of many from the Harry Potter series. It was written by British author J.K. Rowling, and it talks about the magical adventures of the young sorcerer Harry Potter and is suitable for all ages. Even though this book was published lately in 1997, it has sold more than 120 million copies to this day. Number 4. The Little Prince. This novel was created and written in French in the year 1943 by author Antoine Zopperay. The book talks about a young kid that wanders around the world searching for wisdom. This book was translated to 250 languages and takes over the 4th place in our best-selling books. It sold more than 140 million copies. Number 3. The Lord of the Rings. It's an imaginary and fictional novel created and written by British author John Tolkien. The events of the story take place on Earth in an area called the Middle-earth, where wars take over between many colonies from elves to wizards and many more. This book was sold more than 150 million copies and others were made for this series. Number 2. The Tale of Two Cities. The first copy of this book was published in 1859 by rich British author Charles Dickens. The story talks about the distress of the French working class under the brutal suppression of aristocracy from the French during the years that led to the Revolution. It's not specified how many copies this novel has sold due to its being published from numerous publicists, but it is said that it sold around 200 million copies during the last 140 years. Number 1. Don Quixote. This novel was written by Spanish author Miguel de Cervantes and published between 1605 and 1615. It is considered one of the best literary works in history. The story talks about a man inspired by stories about knights and decided to become a knight himself. He tries to bring justice to some people in Spain. This novel was also hard to specify how many copies it has sold, but recently some experts say that it might have sold more than 500 million copies till this day. We hope you have enjoyed this video, and we also hope that this will help you choose your next good read. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos.